but I realized I have a lot of behaviors when Jason said, "Are you ever going to stop fidgeting?" And he was laughing, and then I was laughing. And my immediate response to him was that all of my quirks happen right before I go to sleep, and his are just sprinkled all throughout the day. Upon further review, I think I do have a few more quirks than that, but I just thought it would be very entertaining to outline the ones that we know about ourselves. And also, before we start, I just feel like I can guess at least one of yours if you want me to try.
Yeah, please.
I don't know how I would describe it other than that you realize that you would like your cup of water after someone's halfway walking toward you.
I literally had on my list, like, always asking for my water when it's the most inconvenient. Wait, can you grab my water?
Yes, that's exactly what. So wait, can you grab my water? That and then your cool elbow crack.
Yes, I do have
with all the fingers. Which seems to only work if you do it on someone.
Yes, because I need a little bit of leverage. That's so great. What's funny is when you first texted me this idea and you said the fidgety story, I laughed because the numerous amounts of sleepovers we had, I wouldn't have used the word fidgety, but man, you take a while to get situated with all your pillows. And it's like moving, cracking, moving, adjust, moving, cracking, moving, sleeping, moving, cracking.
One deep breath, and then I'm done. Well, I'll kick it off because my first quirk that I listed in my God Bless My Husband list was my nighttime nesting. And just to give people an idea of some of the steps that I take to get comfortable is the fidgets, because it has to feel right. And I don't really know how else to describe that. I have recently purchased, we call them my eye anal beads. I should have brought them up here. But it's kind of like an eye pillow, like they use at yoga, but it's circle, so it's sort of cinched together, like one of those glowworms, that kind of shape. I don't know. We started calling it that. Now it's a joke. So I like those to lay on my head because my eyes don't close all the way. And it's better than putting a pillow on my head, but they can't like push too hard into my bulgy eyes or it bothers me. Also, my thighs cannot touch under no circumstances. And my shoulders can't be hunchy. And I like cuddling when we go to sleep, but if the angle is incorrect and I'm inhaling his exhales, that also makes me want to die. And every once in a while, like if his head is behind me with his beard, then his beard just like crankles on the back of my neck.
Okay, so one of my biggest quirks is that I don't know why, but I cannot handle more than one sound at a time. So like I'm not going to be the person to allow the TV to be on and the phone to be going. So poor husband just has to deal with me. If he's watching something on his phone, I'm like, all right, I'm pausing the TV or I'm muting the TV. And then eventually he'll notice and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it.
I do the same thing. I think our ADHD husbands can just tune other stuff out, or they almost like multiple inputs. If there's too much sound happening, I'll either watch my videos on my phone on mute. I definitely mute the TV. Sometimes even trying to watch stuff on my phone I can't do because all I can do is focus on his sounds. So then I'm just like, we're both watching your phone now.
Exactly. I'm like, you might as well kind of just come over there and we can watch together.
My next quirk that I can't help is the sound of a napkin. When it's like crinkling together, there's just something about the texture. I have gotten really good at just not saying anything. So I just internally clench because, again, I know this is a me problem. But yeah, that one irks me.
Yeah, I don't like it. Speaking of my cracking elbow, I also have a constant cracking ankle. My left ankle to be specific. Right. And man, sometimes if I'm feeling a little restless leg, especially at night, I just cannot. I've got the fidget feet and I have to crack my ankle like 20 times.
I have that with also my toes. My next thing on my list of quirks that was also recently discussed with Jason is my hair ties, because I need my hair to be up when I'm concentrating. I will not eat with my hair down. And even there's just times where I don't want it touching my neck. So I have hair ties strategically placed all throughout the house. And I left one somewhere and he was like, "Did these have to be one in every room?" And I was like, basically, I have living room, one in each of our vehicles, a bunch in the bathroom, one in our bedroom. Anyway, my hair ties they're not hairy, so it's not like they're gross, but they are everywhere.
Yes. Okay. My quirk that I would say it's not a bad one. But my husband sometimes is like, dude, the electricity. I will leave the lights on all the time because I like lights. And I don't think he cares about that. But the other thing I do as far as electricity goes is I kind of adjust the thermostat more than I should. Like I just am like pop it up one or pop it down one. But apparently that makes it worse than just like letting it be where it's at. So I've tried not to touch it. He's joked that he's going to get one of those dad plastic boxes. It's like, this is not the thermos, like how they have at school. Like you can't access it. It's like the dad version.
Oh my God. The building at my own old job had a bunch of thermostats in everybody's offices, but they never really did anything. Although I cracked the code that if you adjusted multiples of them, then you could get the heat to kick on. So I used to get there before everybody else and turn all of the thermostats up in the office so that it would be warm.
Oh my gosh, that's smart.
Like apparently I'm a pest everywhere I go. Next on my list of apologies to my husband is the device that I use to steam clean my Diva cup.
Already, I can.
I mean, I pre-clean it with soap and water beforehand, but then I steam clean it with the little steamer. It looks like a diffuser. It's not. I don't. Half of it is now a joke because it's a signal of I'm on my period, but the other half, he's like, could you just like put it away between uses? It's the morning and the evening, and it's only a couple of days.
Do you have to steam it twice a day?
Well, when I take one out, then I clean the one I just used. I have
got you.
two in rotation.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. My quirkiness that I find to be productive at times is my frantic cleaning energy, especially when I come home and I'm still like up here. So I have to do something with the energy. So I start frantically cleaning, and my poor husband thinks that just because I'm cleaning means that I'm about to ask him to clean. And I'm like, no, literally, I just have all this frantic energy. I want to clean and I can't sit still. And it's so funny because he's like, she's on a roll again. I'm like, hey, I'm cleaning the house. This should be a good thing, right? But he always thinks I'm going to ask him to join.
Oh, that's funny. Jason does the frantic clean but I feel guilty sitting around
That's probably
while
what
he's
Kenny feels
doing it.
like. Yeah. It's probably
So
just
I
a
go
guilt
find
thing.
something to do. Oh, that's funny. His is usually like doodling around the yard. Okay, here's a fun one. Jason keeps the trash bag. So in our garbage can, he keeps a roll of trash bags in the can, and then you put the
Mm-hmm.
trash bag that you're using over the top because it's very convenient to refill the can
Mm-hmm.
bag liner. I don't want to stick my hand in there.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can see, but it feels like the great beyond. I just imagine that there's goo. So there's a roll of toilet paper in the trash can for Jason to do the refills on. And then there's another roll of, garbage bags under the sink for when I refill it because I just shall not.
That's honestly so smart. Do you have ones where like the lid is like there's a lid to it?
The trash can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally. Even ours, because it's like a pull-out one, so we don't have a lid. And I want to put all the clean trash bags underneath because like the happenstance we have a spill and it leaks. Sometimes we get leakages and I don't want to deal with it. So that's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I have two last big things. Typically, every time we're like out doing something nice, or like it's like, let's go to a car show or let's go get coffee. And at some point before we get home, we're in the car and I'm like, can we just stop and like grab a couple things from HEB? Or like, I always have to ruin it by saying, like, can we just stop and like do a quick errand while we're out? He hates it, but he always does it. So.
I get it. I'll do that when we even just run to the grocery store. Like if he wants to run and just grab one thing, then I quick scurry around and grab all the other things that I need. And he'll be like, I didn't know we were doing our whole week's grocery shopping. I was like, it's
I'm
fine,
like,
it's fine.
we're here though. Let me just grab a couple things. I know, I'm the same way.
Oh my God. I have a habit, I have a quirk of storing things under the bed, which I think makes a lot of sense. Jason thinks it's ridiculous, but I do like pack rat toilet paper, or it's in plastic, so it's not just raw down there collecting dust, but I do Sam's Club runs for our paper products. And then I cram all the other stuff, and he constantly sends me reels on Instagram of beds, like bed frames that are made as underneath storage and says
Yeah.
that he's going to build one someday so that I quit just randomly shoving shit under there.
That's hysterical. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, my last biggest one is that when I get sick or when it's allergy season, my nose just has its mind of its own. So I will sneeze and blow my nose so much right in the morning. So Kenny's always like, "Yep, I knew you were out this morning because I could hear in the bathroom because I'm like blowing my nose." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I hate the feeling. I have to blow my nose." And sometimes I don't want to walk to the other side of the house.
Oh my God.
No, my bad.
That's fine. I'm realizing you do some things that Jason does,
Yeah,
which
like noise,
cracks me up.
noisy noise,
He always
nostril
blows his
noises.
nose first thing in the morning, and I'll be like, bro. Anyway, you're so loud. Okay, let me just quick finish out my quirks. God bless my husband. My joint cracking, which you've touched on, especially also my elbows. They are extremely loud, and sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and because of how I'm laying, I end up popping it right by his head, which there's been numerous times that he's woken up from the sound. I've been like, ew, and then gone back to bed.
Oh my gosh.
And also, I realize a problem of mine are my kitchen control issues. And so anytime he's taking the lead on what we're cooking for dinner, I am internally clenching literally the entire time. He's doing nothing wrong and he's quite proficient at cooking. I just have a problem. So I just do a lot of work on deep breathing and just try to be helpful and, chop an onion or something. And just the idea of cooking together is so romantic and lovely. And I just can't get out of my own way. Hopefully he doesn't notice. I think I'm doing a good job of tamping down some of these things that I know are my problem. And then last but not least are just my generalized ants, pants, and fidgets. Because like when we're sitting on the couch at night, it's like a precursor to the bedroom going to sleep time. I don't know. I might get stiff. My arm falls asleep. My leg falls asleep. Something's touching me weird. I have noticed a trend that if I'm in my luteal phase right before my period, it's extra, extra, extra worse. So sometimes I just get like physically overstimulated and don't want anything to touch me, but I don't want to tell. It's like I don't want you to not touch me. I just don't want to be touched.
Yeah,
And it's for like 4 or 5 days. I'm sure as a mom, you have that way more often. But he will know because I'll get up from where I normally sit and go around and sit like behind him on the pillow, and then I can still touch my hand to his shoulder or still, pat his head, but I'm not being fully consumed. And then my fidgeting doesn't affect him as much.
that is so funny. Hey, you make it work though. There's a
I'm
lot of
thankful.
things. I could probably think of a few more, but we can stop there because, yeah, God bless our husbands, right? We've said that before.
I know. Amen. God bless America. I also forgot my trash compacting. I just smashed it all down there.
Yes.
Tried to make it all fit. Oh God, I'm such a menace. Okay. Well, I love you the most, and you're a lovely friend, and I'm glad you've endured my quirks from childhood that have remained, and I will talk to you later.
Me too, especially with misophonia. Sorry.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.